has cleared the tower. Every 4 computers now have primary control of critical vehicle functions.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the kickoff tournament for Encore Overwatch. My name is Ariel. I am so glad that we could have you guys join us here for some awesome Overwatch action. I know we here at Encore Overwatch are very excited to get this inaugural tournament underway, and we hope that you enjoy the product as much as we enjoy delivering it to you. So, without further ado, we have a quick message here from our admin team of Andy, Barudi, and Kate. And I will go ahead and let them speak for what they want to say.
Hi, I'm Cade of the Encore leadership team. Encore Overwatch is a new and upcoming esports organization dedicated to delivering high quality Overwatch content through hosted tournaments and leagues. We're looking forward to growing this into a full on league, and we can't wait to get to the action with our kickoff tournament.
Hi, I'm Barudi of the Encore leadership team. I wanted to take a moment to highlight the excellent people behind the scenes. For starters, we have It's Brit, who is our lead moderator. She directs memes and Nexus with their duties to make sure our community stays safe, fun, and well informed. Then we have our media team, which is led by Ariel. While he does all the behind the scenes work, we have Alex, Malice, Otel, Professor AJ, and Modern to keep you guys entertained. And last but not least, we have Dallas, our incredibly talented graphic designer who has designed all of the art you see in front of you.
Hello, I'm Andy of the Encore leadership team. We're so excited to see our 6 teams competing in a double elimination bracket style tournament over the next 3 weeks, all coming down to a finals match that decides who walks away with the $200 cash prize. There's been a ton of build up and work put into this, and we just can't wait to get into the first match.
Alright, so without further ado, for our first match with the UK Wild Kittens versus Tactical Panda, allow me to introduce the casting duo here for the first match. And that is going to be Alex and Malice. Alex, Malice, how are you guys doing today?
Doing fantastic. Ready to see this first match in our kickoff tournament tonight. How are you tonight, Alex?
Just like Malice said, I am really excited. This tournament has long been since coming, and I can't wait to get it rolling.
And what's really exciting right now for me personally is these are new teams. I've never seen either the UK Wildkins or Tactical Panda play. So I'll be experiencing them for the first time just as everybody else is.
Well, on the other hand, I have some history with some of these players. Rainblessed and Sun Solaire used to be teammates of mine way
Right.
back in the day, like 2 weeks ago. So I know how they play, so let's see if they can prove to be as good as they say they are, and I've seen them be, you know? And we actually knows a little bit about UK Wild Kittens. We one of our notorious admin was and currently is the main tank for that team. So we have some history with this team as well. So we have a lot of connections between us and these teams. Let's see if they can play up to these expectations that we know that they can meet.
That's great. Now is it confirmed that our first map we will be going to Oasis? Or have they not chosen yet? Oh, fantastic. All right, so first map is Oasis. I'm expecting a variety of comps coming in.
Oasis, honestly, the same. I love all King of the Hill maps. King of the Hill maps are the most fun to watch because they have such variety in the map types, so to say. Like all three maps have like different comps that you can run on them. Like some people like to play the Sigma Ball, Double Bubble, Rhine Brawl, and it's just how you can control the map. Plus, it's offense and defense on the same time. In my opinion, it's honestly the greatest map type Overwatch has, and it just shows all that Overwatch can be.
Absolutely.
So, if we're going to the grand stage of Oasis for our first match of the first tournament of Encore Overwatch, how do you think it's going to play out? What kind of comps you think are going to be coming out here, depending on the map we're on? Like, so to say, if we're on Gardens, you know, the one with the giant pillar in the middle.
With
And the
the
coast on the side.
with the mega at the middle of the point with the drop down.
No, the one with water
The-
on the side of the map, not the cars.
Oh, sad.
The one where you want to hold
Oh,
high ground like it's your dear life.
yeah, I agree. I think that's probably for the best. Like, I'm expecting more of a double bubble because you want to control the high ground as fast as you can.
Yeah. Oh, our
Oh,
predictions were wrong. We're actually starting on City Center.
oh, the Bastion elevator. Oh man, do you remember when this map first came out? That was a very very fun meme thing to do.
Oh yes, just jump up there. I've seen a lot of clips of McCree's jumping up and doing the high noon from there and getting like 6Ks and all that stuff. It's a fancy mechanic that it is almost underutilized other than mobility. It's a great surprise tactic, but that high ground by the jump thing is crucial to control for both teams. Let's see
Yeah, so
what
I'm believing.
teams are going for.
As I expected, a double bubble. You do want to get to that high ground and control it as fast as possible. So our tank lineup for both teams so far looks like it's going to be Winston Zarya.
Well, let's see if Wiz here is trolling the casters by picking the Torbjorn, or is he going to be walking out with the Tracer?
I
Or
do like
maybe
the
even
Torb.
Sombra.
Round one.
Oh,
Uh,
you're actually walking. Oh,
And we have been trolled. I did like the Torb pick. The turret is a valuable 7th member of a team.
but Sun Solaire coming out with the Symmetra first, so they got to the point first and are getting early map control on the.
Yeah,
The
but no,
Winston commits an early dive coming in from UK, but it pushed back. What is it? It's Panda.
yeah, great point control showed by the UK. But
But
with
I think really good patience from the sides of Pandas, but both, I think the picks are going out in the side of UK here. Even though Panda got a really good map control at the beginning, they just kind of gave it up to the early dive from the UK, and they fell apart once the main tank had to commit to the backline.
yeah, despite losing their Tracer early on, that was the first pick of them. Like they played it smart, they played it slow, and they found the picks that they needed at the right time. They weren't.
I'm actually surprised that they won because they're playing a really niche support comp with probably the highest amount of heals in the game between the Ana and the Moira.
Yeah. And Moira is actually not something I see actually quite often with this competition.
But a
And wait,
great nade coming in from, Rain Blessed. And they're able to immediately capitalize on it. Wiz going in for the kill. But a Primal coming out from Mad Jack, and he got immediately subbed, so he's not able to do anything. It's great sleep onto Sun Solaire in the backline. But the Nano coming in onto Wacky. Wacky's able to create so much space in the backline, but a grab going into the backline. Wacky's not allowed to do anything in the side. Just Panda's just getting stomped in the backline. Great sleep from Rain to open that up.
yeah, but despite the Nano Monkey in the on the back line of the UK, that was a great graviton by Brandy.
What is it? Panda's coming in with a high noon, a primal, a lot of ults come in. Hard aggression with the primal getting the Zarya into the corner. A great sleep coming in from Aspect. These sleeps have been insane, but Wiz coming in with the double kill.
This looks like it's back and forth. It's still
Honestly,
pretty even.
A lot of ults committed from both sides here, and it's going to be a really expensive fight for, Pandas to lose. If they lose this with using all the ults that they have, it's going to be very expensive, and if they win, I don't know if they're going to be able to win the next fight with the Nano Primal coming in. But there's, UK still contesting this.
Like it might not be in the next fight. If the Monkey can get back in time, the Nano is available for him just to go in there and make all the space he wants.
But Taz showing us what DPS can do. Just popping off, hitting heads, doing DPS things, getting enough kills, pumping out enough damage to make it so they can flip. But look at the ultimates from the side of UK.
Yeah,
It's
so
just
It's going to be imperative for Crispy to get that rally up as soon as possible. That's their only defense they have on this next fight.
But the Nano Primal could just juggle the rally away and make it almost useless. Nano Monkey coming in. Let's see how many Oh, great boot from from Crispy. The rally coming in. And as I said, the Primal's gonna knock around the Brig. But Taz just being able to find the picks at the crucial moment. The high noon to get the monkey in the corner and being able to find the Ana. Taz is just showing why it's crucial to have a hit scan on your team.
Yeah, and now look at the ult economy. Now UK is coming in with the ult deficit.
But
now we have a Nano Monkey on the Panda side.
And all on the side of UK is Coalescence. How are they going to use Coalescence to really dislodge the map control that Pandas have right now?
I see the big condition for UK right now. It's going to be that Echo. Make sure they get the right copy.
Wiz just getting a great pick onto the Tracer. And a Coalescence to save them from the grab. I think this was just overcommitting from the side of Pandas here. They were basically standing there, but Taz being able to find two. Whenever we think that Pandas has made a mistake or has lost a fight, Taz just goes, no they don't, and just gets another pick while getting primal. Taz is showing up in this so much. He's just popping off and
High Noon onto Magic. Oh, he tried this his hardest just to stall out the point.
I'm just wow.
That was a
Taz
great opening match.
Yeah.
Taz just kicked it into the second gear. Like, I'm just warming up. Wait, just give me 2 minutes,
Yeah.
and I'll be ready to go. And he showed up.
Yeah, he's just like, I only work best when I'm pushed against the wall. That's like a procrastinator mentality. He's like procrastinating when it came to DPS. He's like, I'm gonna wait until the very end to pop off and bring back the map from 0 to 99.
Well, now we're running a Brawl composition. Oh, now who do you give the favor to? We have Pandas running the Zarya while UK is running D.Va.
Personally, in Brawl, I think the D.Va's better, being able to save the Rhine over the walls and all that. The Lucio, it's just the D.Va has way more ability to save the Rhine if he gets into the thing with D-Matrix. Plus being able to get grabs.
Yeah, and then UK wants to play this as hyper aggressive as they can. They have the Mora. They're not worried about living.
But they lost the BAP. Panda losing the BAP really early. Low heals on the side of Pandas, but UK loses their Rhine, so it's actually a pretty even trade. And UK is choosing to back up here. They are waiting for the Rhine. The D.Va commits. Oh, great wall onto Wiz.
And then, yeah, that was a fantastic wall. Despite how aggressive that UK wants to play, it's not working for them. The Moira does have Coalescence up, but it's just they can't find the opening to just push in.
You want to look at the difference between like the maze right now. Sun is already at the freeze, whereas Dreg is at 50%. The Call Mech actually finding Sun, but the grab freeze is just way too much damage and CC for anyone to really deal with. So the picks are just gonna slowly go into the favor of Pandas.
Okay. Water spray, A for effort. They almost got it out. Well, we're only at 50%. We still have like 2 more fights left, but now you see the Pandas are holding a lot more aggressively, and apparently they're not.
The Pandas have a lot of ults at their disposal. They have the window, they have the shatter, they're gonna have another grab soon. Just Dorito is just putting in the work when it comes to the damage, being able to find almost a second grab in 2 fights. But the shatter connecting with 3, the beat comes in, the freeze comes in, beat from both sides, bomb coming in, a lot of ults coming in here, and it looks like Flip goes
They
into
countercharge.
UK here. This fight is all over the place. There is no synergy as of the moment. They're all over the place. Freeze comes in from Sun, finding the Rhine, but LOS lets him get out, and they just flip it back. That was just, what is it?
That was,
Comp diff. You know, like, they are not playing the comp that they want to play, you know?
yeah,
They
absolutely.
need to play it so much faster. They're poking at choke against a Baptiste, which is just...
Yeah, but they really, with the Moira, they just need to speed in, go in. If you lose, but you have to play super aggressive with it.
Yeah.
And then I do believe we have seen our first Q Fest of the night, so that's
There was-
always exciting.
Yeah, if you don't play fast and let that Zarya get her charge, it just becomes horrendous in the mid-fight. Because D.Va's just going to get shredded, Ryan's going to have so much pressure on him, it's just impossible to have a long-lasting fight against a Zarya. They needed to push, play a lot faster, and honestly, if you just watched the ult charges, you could just see how much more work that Taz and Sun were doing than their counterparts on the other side.
So well, great first opening map of Oasis. Tactical Panda does take it 2-0, so now makes our series 1-0.
But
And then,
despite it being 2-0, both maps could have been flipped at like one ult thing, you know? Like if the bomb was in a better place, the shatter hit more than 3, if it hit 4, it's just, this could have been flip-flopped. It is no means a roll.
and now it looks like we're going to Assault.
Assault is an interesting map type. With time, like, if you just, like, have the competitive, like, ranked mindset comp, you know, 2CP is just not as much fun. But, like, now that I've just, like, sat there and just thought about 2CP, it comes up with the coolest plays sometimes, like, on defense. It's just the way the map's set up can create the coolest plays, the smartest plays, the most out plays, just due to the map, how the maps work, you know? And some of the most team coordinated plays, because like on attack you have to have almost perfect team synergy to get through those tight corridors to get to the defense and win with their defensive spawns. Like
Yeah.
it just shows like how good the players are.
And it looks like we are going to good old Hanamura, of course. And this is actually not what I was thinking the UK would pick, since they seem to have ran their double bubble a lot better than their brawl from what we've seen thus far.
Yeah. I think, but that is very map dependent, so
Yeah.
to say, because
Yeah, which is why I was assuming they would go to Anubis. Anubis is very, very... It's a lot easier to run double bubble on attack for first point.
I actually would have assumed that they'd go to Volskaya. Because the Volskaya is just being able to hold that high ground and just being able to do that, which I saw from the side of UK. They have a really good ability to hold the high ground and just keep it there and like just being able to hold space. It's when they initiated is where I saw a lot of discrepancies in their play, like where they would get split up and all that stuff. They're able to get map control very easily and hold it. It's when they're like forced to make plays.
Hey, now what? There looks like the pandas are gonna hold with your traditional brawl. You're right. Well, I'd call it more of a brawl. I don't know, without the, but just swap in Zarya for the D.Va. Pretty standard comp.
This might just be my personal bias, but I still think that I would prefer the D.Va over the Zarya almost 90% of the time.
I believe so too. I think the defense matrix just helps your Ryan stay alive so much longer, quite better than a bubble does. Bubbles just break too easily nowadays.
Yeah, it's just super easy to burst. They only have 100 HP.
Whis is unfortunately now probably one of my least favorite players. He's trolling me with the Tor pick twice.
Yeah,
so far.
is there like an LVP, because Wiz is going for that spot right now. A great wall to isolate Wacky from his support. Early Immo coming in from what is it, Pandas, and it's just Immo advantage. If you can get that immortality early, you can press W and use it aggressively.
Yep, so now it's back to the spawn room. So the UK Pandas, like not UK Pandas, tactical Pandas. I know my teams, but great. And then it looks like the UK. Anyway, Pandas does have their shatter up though. This fight. That was a
Yeah,
quick
that was
shatter.
a really quick shatter. I don't think that Jack here is going to be able to know that he has shatter. He might think that he's close, but the longer they make this fight,
Yeah, I was about to ask. You think Mad Jack knows it? Is he
I
going
think the
to
longer
expect it
this
coming?
fight goes, they're gonna have to assume he has shatter now because he's just been hitting fire strikes, especially onto the van right there.
I believe they're playing though for window.
A
'Cause they're
great
both
wall
really-
coming in from Sun. The shatter not connecting with anything, but a great window to isolate both sides.
And now Ryan without a Zarya is very, very vulnerable.
And then the isolation. It is super hard to get through this point with a Mei on the other side. And from the side of Pandas, they're doing really well with these walls, and they almost instantly capitalize on the walls before the map can even help. I think Devos are important, being able to do that save or beat that freeze. But
Great
finding
freeze
Ryan
into the right.
again, I think Mad Jack is just having the main tank understanding. It's like, oh, well, I got in, now I'm gonna get stunned.
Like I didn't want to play the game anyway.
Yeah. But
Now they have ults coming up. They have pretty much ults across the board.
But for the side of what is it? Pandas,
Okay.
they have been really good with ult economy. They've been using maybe one ult to fight.
Ooh, that's a fantastic wall.
A great shatter, and then the ammo got thrown super early, so can't block the grab. Finding a high noon, the beat coming in, they're gonna fight in this room, and with the Zarya down, fighting in that room is way more advantageous for UK. I meant Pandas. Wrong side. Yeah, no, UK was definitely not an advantage there.
Yeah,
But
no.
Crispy used his beat there, which I don't. It was to save his Rhine, maybe that still died, but Grab Dragon coming on for the side of UK.
Yeah, and then the UK does have to go as fast as possible because they're trying to beat the Rhine out.
But great window coming in from Rain. Plus the shadow connecting on the BAP. I don't think they can commit on this fight anymore. Without a BAP here, you just lose.
Yeah, 30
then
seconds
Wiz
left
goes
though.
on.
You have to either die right away or you have to commit.
Well, Pandas are making sure that they see through the die right away because they died pretty soon after.
Right. We still have Grab Dragon. I don't think they'll be able to do it. Use it as well as they want to.
I would like to see UK play really fast here, or Pandas play really fast here with the freeze.
And look,
Great freeze. The Grab Dragon onto the Rhine, but able to keep him up because they had to touch point.
yeah.
But they still got a tick. That means this is winnable now. This
Yeah,
is
they're over 50%. There's 65%. Almost got the second tick.
high noon from Taz. Being able to find one. That was just a great hold from the side of Pandas. But by no means is this lost. It is not
Yeah.
even drawable anymore.
Yeah. That's a great thing. Dranamura is not now drawable with that capture progress. As soon as when they got that first tick, it
It
became
was-
winnable.
It's then now winnable for the side of UK. But UK needs to really just think about how they're going to play this to be able to win because, like, the walls were just overall better for the side of Pandas.
Yeah, but they need to cycle their ults a lot better. In fact,
I think that on attack, they needed to play more as a ball and just pass through. Or as my bias is being shown yet again, a diva needed to be played. Just being able to fly up over that wall, just throw a D-Matrix onto your Rhine, it keeps him up so much longer.
Attackers incoming in 30 seconds.
And you might not
Now,
even
it looks
have
like.
to-
Do you believe in the Symmetra?
I think the Symmetra is just, Actually, no, this is not one of those maps.
No, Symmetra can be used. It might be an opening strat.
Yeah, this will be really interesting to see if they can get around the defenses, like, to be able to put it down. And let's see if UK can actually push hard enough to make it so they can't use the teleporter. Because, like, I would like to see a real aggro play here to make it so they can't use the teleporter.
Are we going to the top left side or straight to point?
Top right, actually.
They're right.
Oh,
Ooh.
there's a lot. They are very spread right now. But great wall onto Rhine. Honestly, these walls have just been insane from the side of Pandas. And I think just with the picks that they've got, they've already got both DPS. It's just all Pandas in the feed. It is just Pandas here, Pandas there. It's like
It was a pandemonium. I got the first pun in.
Victory.
But
that
just-
was excellent first push by.
And
the
that
Pandas.
is actually
Tactical
game.
Pandas. Yeah, that's it.
Just overall great ult synergy from the side of Pandas, and just they are able to stick together a lot more with the brawl and being able to capitalize on the walls.
Yeah, and then when they do split up, it seems to they know that it's being done for a reason. They're not just splitting. Okay, I see an opening. I see someone. I see an opportunity to flank. No, there's a purpose, and it pays off for them so well.
Well, that was honestly a great match for Tactical Pandas, and I think UK is going to go around and think about what they need to do to improve for next match. Just a great match overall, and I think maybe even the next match might even be better.
Yeah.
Crossing fingers, you know.
Yeah, so great. Tactical Panda advances forward, and we do still have another match coming up. We have Everfrost versus Thrive Harmony coming up in about 15 to 20 minutes.
Yep, those two teams we haven't seen yet. We don't have any information on it. It's going to be a fun game.
So who would you say would be your MVP of this game? So
All
far?
I know is that Wiz is
Welcome back, everybody. It's Ariel once again, and we are here with our second match of the day. We have Everfrost versus Thrive Harmony, and for this match, we have Otel and AJ casting. Otel, AJ, how are you guys doing today?
It's a beautiful rainy day where I'm at. I'm just excited to watch some good Overwatch.
All right, so this will be our second match of the season, and we had a really good first one between UK Wildcats and oh gosh, I can't remember the team name for the life of me. I'm getting old.
Tactical Panda.
Tactical Panda.
Panda.
That's right. Tactical Panda. It was a 2-0 in favor of Tactical Panda, and hopefully we might be able to get a 3-mapper here. But I'm going to leave this one to you guys, and let's see if we can have a really great game.
Well, thank you very much. So up on the screen right now, we have Everfrost's lineup. We have Britta, Wrecking Ball, Jasper, Key, Andre, Max, and Liam, the Helium Man. On the screen now, we have Thrive Harmony's starting lineup. We've got ourselves, oh whoa, Big B, Lighthouse, Curbster 6, Uwu, After Hype, and Love. Very excited to see these guys come out here and play tonight. And starting off, as always, is going to be Oasis. Now, Otel, tell me a little bit about why Oasis is one of your favorite maps.
Well, I mean, Oasis, that is one of the most dynamic, diverse maps in the game. You've got City Center, where dive is heavily favored. You've got Gardens, where a solid brawl comp is just going to dominate. And then you got University, where you see wild things like Cleave Clomp coming out, just the double main tank, Reinhardt, Winston. Will we see any of that shenanigans tonight? Maybe not. Who knows? I don't know what Thrive or Everfrost have up their sleeves, but I'm sure no matter what it is, it's going to be exciting.
Yeah, I am absolutely super excited about this. From just looking at these two rosters, it looks like we're pretty evenly matched. I think that we are going to have a pretty excellent game tonight. Now, as you know, we have only 6 teams in this inaugural kickoff tournament. It's just going to be 3 weeks, each team playing 2 games each week. The first 2 weeks, best of 3, and then we move into a best of 5 situation. And as some people might know, some people might not, but we do have a prize pool for this tournament. The first place team is going to be taking home $200, $50 for second place. So not bad at
It's
all.
a healthy amount of lunch money right there, AJ.
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. And then just real quick, just to go over the map pools here, we are going to be doing Oasis for every map for the first 2 weeks, then moving into 2CP and finishing off on Hybrid. And then when we move into the last week of the tournament, it's going to be a best of 5 situation, moving into Nepal as the first map always, Escort, Hybrid, 2CP, and back to Control if we do need it. But it looks like we are getting ready here. Teams picking their arrows, and let's see what we've got going on.
Well, I mean, it's looking like Everfrost looking for the Reinhardt and Diva. Both teams looking for the Ryan Diva, and actually a Mei Sim as well. Probably just using the Symmetra to TP out here.
Yeah, it looks like we've got mirror comps here. You think they're going to go McCree? Oh, we got a Reaper.
It does look like, ooh, Lighthouse on the Reaper, mixing it up a little off meta. I like to see that. And it's Wrecking Ball down immediately following to OO. And Curbs are taking out that lamp. Now the entirety of Everfrost pushed into this room, just picking off the enemy team one by one.
But they got out there real quick. They said, we lost our Reinhardt. We're not going to fight this. We'll see you later.
Yeah, definitely a smart disengage.
Yeah, it's a good thing that Thrive, or it's good for Everfrost that they weren't able to pick up those stagger kills.
Yeah, definitely, saving a little bit of ult charge, trying to keep that economy in your favor, but now the fight breaking out once more. Maywall's out on both sides. Wrecking Ball finds Love, and with that Lucio down, there's no disengage power here for Everfrost. They have to fight where they stand. Wrecking Ball gets frozen, but does manage to live. A window comes out from Afterhype. Wall coming out from Jasper to negate it, and Wrecking Ball is all the way in. That Fire Strike doesn't manage to find anybody from OO, but this fight still remaining very scrappy, and with the wall coming out, Kayandre does find OO. That's a big main tank difference in this fight as we continue on, and Red starts to fill the kill feed. And it does look like Thrive is doing just that here in this second fight. You know, a very healthy outing for them here as they clean up the remaining members of Everfrost.
Yeah, I gotta tell you, Wrecking Ball was in it. He was in deep, and they could not punish him. Well played on Liam.
Ooh, big shatter coming out from Wrecking Ball, trying to, you know, stagger these tanks a little further.
Holy moly, they just weren't able to get out there. What happened?
God only knows, my friend. God only knows.
But I gotta say, staggering that window coming in from Everfrost was big in the favor, and Wrecking Ball totally disregarded the entirety of the window. They played straight through it and right in it the entire time.
It does look like a high noon coming out from Kayandre. OO with the Earth Shatter online, gonna make it big. Finds 5, and that is exactly the opening that Everfrost needed. A Blizzard coming out from Big. Ooh, and a 3-man bomb from Curbster. That is maybe a little overkill, but, you know, as they clean things up here, Wrecking Ball taking one with him.
Wrecking Ball doesn't want to let this fight go, but Lighthouse has something other to say about that. Oh man, that shatter was huge, but the wall from Jasper nearly saved them. And
Dust about.
Yeah, Big May put in a big Blizzard to clean it up. That was well played there. Well played on Thrive.
Definitely a solid opportunity from Wrecking Ball getting that exit frag on After Hype, but they won't manage to get in fast enough to take advantage of it. As now Lighthouse with the high noon, making a little bit of space for his team, forcing Thrive up onto this high ground. As they bide their time, popping out a window.
Uh-oh.
Trying to make things happen, but Wrecking Ball gets absolutely deleted by the damage. After Hype falling to Britta in the exchange. And you gotta wonder which pick was more valuable here. As a beat drop comes out from Love to keep the team up in After Hype's absence. And it does look like Everfrost has the tools they need to keep it alive here. A big wall from Big! Denying the Earth Shatter from Wrecking Ball. As everything comes up Everfrost here. And with 4 bodies still left on the point, a Baby Diva, a Tracer, only ones left to touch, it does look like Everfrost is going to take our first round here. But Thrive with these stall picks. They're desperately trying to keep it alive. I thought it was about to end there.
Yeah, no, that was pretty good. I gotta say, the maze definitely came up real big. The walls, the Blizzard, really, really well played. But Wrecking Ball, his aggression, I feel like this is going to be a theme just coming into this map. We've only seen him play for a grand total of 3 minutes, but boy, does this guy like to get in it. I think that Crazy Mage, I think that Britta, they're gonna have their work cut out for them to keep him up.
And it does look like both teams opting to drop the Reinhardt in favor of a Monkey. Curbster over to the Zarya, and it looks like a full dive comp coming out from Thrive. And more of a double bubble strategy coming out from Everfrost.
I like this. I'm very excited to see the difference in these two comps and how they can go. Hopefully we get some nice Tracer duels. Hopefully we can see what the Monkeys can do.
I think the name of the game here, AJ, is pace.
Yes,
you know, it's really going to be on Thrive here to set the pace with that dive comp, because Double Bubble, it wants to play long.
You're absolutely right.
And with Wrecking Ball falling to Love, that is not what you want to see if you're part of Thrive. Kayandre does manage to find After Hype in the backline, but will it be enough to dislodge the Zarya McCree that are just chilling up here on high ground? Oh, gets slept. Will it be enough? Doesn't look like it will be. As now Thrive just kind of stabilizing at the bottom of this jump pad. Ooh, but Curbster finds Kayandre, and as Wrecking Ball jumps back in, he's outnumbered 3-1 and immediately falls. Britta does manage to find the Winston with their remech. Trying to eat the high noon from Lighthouse, does so successfully. And Everfrost, despite things looking a little rough for them here now, you know, maybe, you know, as bodies come back for Thrive, they do have control of the point, and it is ticking away.
Yeah, I really kind of feel like Everfrost needed to disengage on that fight because they kind of staggered throughout that, and now we're coming up on 30%, and they are just not doing anything.
Yeah, definitely. Thrive here having a bit of a difficult time getting.
Yeah, Wrecking Ball needs to wait for his diva. He needs to wait for help on that engage because diving in with Monkey versus those 3 stuns, not gonna go well. There he is, down for the 3rd time. Yeah,
I think I've had my teams backwards. I think I've been referring to them by the wrong titles. Whoops. That a little bit backwards. It does look like Thrive is actually doing pretty well here with the double bubble.
Yes.
My bad.
Yes, Thrive is doing well.
Everfrost with the full dive trying to make it work, but it does look like they're struggling a little bit with this Echo pick. You know, only at 68% ultimate here. You know,
I mean, I want to say that the problem right now is the coordination. I want to say the coordination
definitely.
between the dive tanks are really what's the problem here.
Having a
So
really hard time dislodging the core of Thrive here. And a big monkey ult coming out from Wrecking Ball, just throwing Curbster off the edge, trying to make a little bit more space on the back line. Doesn't manage to get much. Lighthouse does find Jasper with the high noon, and kills going back and forth, but ultimately it's Thrive who still control the point. It is not on them to make this fight happen. And Keandre with the follow-up onto Love following Wrecking Ball's dive. That is going to be the exact pick that they need. Take that Brigitte out of this fight. As now, after Hype, just hopping in, you know, just die on point, make it clean, go again. Oh, well, looks like Big going for a touch.
Not exactly necessary. They have quite a big advantage here. It looks like that Thrive can take a couple of dry fights, build up their ultimates, try their best to get out a couple of Everfrost ults, and come back and just win one fight.
Yeah, this is definitely the situation you want to be in. You know, 99-0. It leaves a lot of breathing room.
Yeah.
And the question is, are they actually going to need the breathing room? Wrecking Ball is going to pop the ultimate here. Another one in like less than a minute. Pretty nice play by Wrecking Ball here. As they do invest a few ultimates. It looks like they invested their bomb that fight.
Copy. Yeah.
Copy and Primal. Only really going to be having a rally this fight. Meanwhile, you know, you got what's looking like 4 ultimates coming online for Thrive here.
I mean, with the way that Lighthouse has been playing, the way that Lighthouse has been playing, I'm pretty sure it's going to be 5.
Yeah, definitely a possibility here. As they attempt to make their engagement, OO instantly heal ban. But with that nano, it's not really going to mean much. That is a chunky monkey. As now the grab coming out from Curbster, grabbing everybody in a big pulse bomb follow-up from Big. That is what you like to see in a double bubble composition. That is a huge ultimate combination to flip the point back at a beautiful 80%. And now it's all on Keandre to get that last touch. Doesn't manage to. And first map goes to Thrive.
I gotta say, well played on Thrive. They took their advantage and they knew exactly what they needed to do. They just need to sit back, build some ultimates, you know, lose a couple of fights. They had 99% to give, and they only had to use 80 of it. They saw their advantage. They made the picks happen, and they did a great job.
Yeah, that's
honestly,
definitely what you want to see.
Honestly, I gotta say that Thrive seemed to be playing more as a cohesive unit than Harmony is or not Harmony, Everfrost is at this point in the match. I gotta say that Wrecking Ball and Brita seem to be out of sync. It seems that the Wrecking Ball is not getting the support that he needs to get, but that could just be me seeing from the outside something that's not really happening. What do you think?
I mean, I definitely see what you're talking about there. You know, the dives, you want to run that full dive comp as Everfrost, but it seemed like there was just no coordination. It was almost playing more like a double bubble. You know, they had Wrecking Ball hopping up alone, having to hop back down, and then they try to dislodge. Meanwhile, you know, Curbster, Lighthouse, and Afterhype are all just chilling up on the high ground. That is a difficult core to dislodge.
Extremely. Especially with just a solo Winston. You're not going to do that.
Yeah, and ultimately, it just kind of comes down to, I think we saw kind of a little bit of colors. I'm not going to cast or curse it too early, but on the, rush when they played on University, we did see an Everfrost that looked very alive, very aggressive, taking a lot of initiative. But the moment that it swapped over to these dive compositions, it did look a little bit shaky, and I gotta wonder if they're gonna be able to, pull themselves up by their bootstraps on this one and just turn it around.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping to see. But here on Temple of Anubis, you can play rush, you can play dive as well. You can play the double ball, you can play hybrid comps, poke. We can see a lot of different things here. Now, as this tournament goes on and we get more familiar with these teams, we might be able to start guessing and speculating what kind of comps these teams are going to run. But this is the second map that we've seen these teams, so we're not exactly sure of what their favorite heroes are, what they tend to run, and that's only something that we're going to learn with time.
Yeah, as the match goes on.
Exactly.
And it can be a little difficult. That's kind of an aspect of these best of 3 match setups, is that you don't have necessarily as much time as you do in a best of 3. You got to show up on the spot. If you don't show up in the first 2 maps, your time is over, and that's just how it is. So it's really it's all on Everfrost here to come back, to show up big on map 2. They got the map pick. This should be their home turf. They get the choice. I'm assuming they're good at this map. If they chose the Nubis, I'm assuming they have a plan.
I mean,
it does look like we have a double bubble coming out from both sides.
Yep. A difference of an Ashe versus a Widow. This is going to be an interesting...
Keandre off the Widow over to Kree.
I wonder what the reason for that switch was, but I'm sure we're going to see very, very soon.
Keandre here, he's not going to have the same kind of control of high ground that Lighthouse does, but will he even need it? It's like you're on Kree, you don't have the advantage of being able to start up there. Maybe it could be for the best. You're going to blow up OO here. Although it does look like the people blowing up here are the members of Everfrost.
Everfrost. They switch sides.
Big dynamites coming out from Lighthouse as they stuff them back into this mega room. And a flashbang coming out from Keandre does not manage to find OO. They're going to get topped off. Going to get out. And if you're Curbster right now, you are very happy. That is one bright Zarya.
Yeah.
Not that Britta is any less bright. Bubble coming out onto that nanoed monkey. Wrecking Ball trying to confirm the kill on OO. Britta does manage to clean it up. Getting slept in the high ground, but Curbster landing a Graviton. Will it be enough?
I don't know.
You only have an Ashe Mercy Tracer here to make things happen with, and now your Mercy is gone.
Well, check that out. Well played, Everfrost. Man, now, I guess this is something that we could be seeing from Wrecking Ball, is that he is an extremely aggressive tank player, and when he is left to do as he pleases, he's going to get shit done. Now, putting the resources in him from the Helium Man, from Crazy Mage, they need to keep him up and get him doing what he needs to do. Valiant effort on the side of Curbster, but really, really well played on the side of Everfrost.
Yeah,
Able to
unfortunate.
make that fight long.
Ooh, as Big immediately finds Liam. And with Liam and Crazy Mage now out of the fight, that is a failed push on the side of Everfrost, who are going to be chased down. And it looks like Britta, you're going to lose all that precious energy.
Oh,
as
that is
Big
unfortunate.
And OO run it down.
And they only did that with the pulse bomb, so not bad. And Big already has. Oh, he's going over to the Mei. Doesn't even matter. But
He's
they're
done
going to be
with that
coming.
hero.
Yeah, he's done with that hero. But we're coming back essentially 5v5 ult game here, and there are no defensive ults on the side, on either side actually.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be some big grabs that they're able to put them together.
It's going to be really important for Crazy Mage to get good value out of this rally, as that's the only real kind of quasi-defensive ult. It's going to help sustain them. It's going to help keep them going as this fight goes, and popping it on the entrance to the point. Not a bad play there as Wrecking Ball goes deep, trying to find the back line of Thrive. Getting frozen is going to get cleaned up by Big, and now all of Everfrost is trapped in this dark room.
Oh no.
This is
You would
not
think.
the entrance that you wanted onto this point. With a nano invested, that might be a little bit much for cleaning up a Brigitte, but, you know, she's got rally armor. Who knows?
Yeah.
And one thing that I just want to point out is that whole engagement, the thorn in the heel, so to speak, Big's wall. Crazy Mage ran in with that rally to follow their monkey and just wall. You've got no follow-up, you know? Essentially, Wrecking Ball was left out to dry, you know?
Yeah, that's
and
unfortunate.
by no fault of his team, Big just had the wall.
To be fair, I do feel like he went in too far. He did jump across the entirety of the map from
I mean,
dark
you've
side
got
over.
Primal, you see red.
Yeah, true. That's true. You got me there.
And it does look like Britta with a Graviton Surge online. This is going to be their big combo. They're looking for the Grav Pulse once more. Wrecking Ball goes in with the Nano, gets immediately grabbed. But that's a lot of red in the kill feed.
Yeah.
As
They're still
Everfrost
investing
is
the
finding
Blizzard.
the kills they need. Investing a Blizzard from Big. Big is going to get cleaned up by Jasper. Wrecking Ball finding 2 here. And that's a lot of kills coming up for Everfrost. That's the exact position you want to be in as Love comes back out on the Lucio, trying to stall out this point. But it's not going to be enough. Winston doesn't really have to aim. Your evasion means nothing. With a short leap from Wrecking Ball, that's going to be plenty to clean up. Big back on the Tracer. And really, it's just desperation from Thrive right now, trying to buy precious seconds before they go back to the next half. It's Keandre cleaning up OO there. You've got no more main tank. Really, what are you going to do? I feel like it's just an impending moment of people getting off the point as Flashbang comes out, finds Big, and you're not going to be able to stall that out for a whole lot longer in that situation. That's just a rough place to be.
Yeah, absolutely. I gotta say, the grab coming out from Everfrost, huge, absolutely huge. Got everybody that they needed to get, and they were able to clean them up really, really quickly. And then on the cleanup from the stall picks, they made sure that they targeted one hero, killed that one hero. There was some really, really good target focus there in the cleanup, and as you saw, they were able to complete it with plenty of time left.
Indeed, a minute 56 is not a bad time bank for Anubis. You know, that last point can be so difficult, but ultimately, you know, Everfrost, that was the exact fight they needed. You know, they had a bit of a rocky time getting there, you know, third time's the charm. But, you know, that third engagement, you know, you got all the kills all back to back. You know, none of them were staggered, and that's the exact position you want to be in, because then, you know, you're going to get a free 2 ticks, and then it's all desperation from there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think they did a really, really good job of maintaining target focus and actually staying alive as well, because, you know, sometimes chaos happens in the stall situations on second point, and things can get out of hand. But they did a really, really good job of target focus and staying alive to make sure that they were able to close it out.
You know, you gotta wonder if we might have seen a bit of a different story if Thrive hadn't invested the nano on that second fight.
Right.
You know, something to give a little bit more pressure for OO as they go in. Speaking of which, OO diving deep as Wrecking Ball follows suit. Both monkeys kind of just leaping into the center of the enemy team, getting that precious energy.
I think this is a very interesting position for Keandre to be playing on the low ground stairs.
Ooh, Keandre turning on Big. Oh, that's rough.
I
I felt that one. As a Tracer player, I felt that one.
Oh.
As it does look like that's actually a pretty good opportunity created by Curbster here. You know, losing that monkey, if they don't manage to get the res off, I would be surprised, but it does look like they're just going to let him take the long walk back. As now it's still Thrive, just kind of, you know, they haven't really lost their offensive attempt yet. It's mostly just been non-stop jockeying.
Yeah,
you know, no real fight has occurred yet.
See the deep flank over there from Lighthouse.
Ooh, but Wrecking Ball finding Love, that's a tough place to be, and Keandre cleans up Lighthouse because of it.
Well done on Lighthouse, or Keandre, my apologies.
Oh, but this looks like the opportunity that Thrive might have been waiting for. A big Primal Rage coming out from OO as he attempts to focus down the Zarya. Going very deep, does not manage to find the kill onto Britta by himself. But Big with the follow-up is going to be plenty. And as respawns come back for Thrive, this is looking like a cap point to me.
It sure is. Now, as we were saying on Oasis earlier, that Double Bubble wants to play the long fight. And I think that it is especially strong with the Echo and with the Tracer, because both of them are able to create such big angles and be able to split so much attention that when your Monkey goes in, when your Zarya goes in, then they're able to do exactly what they want to do and take as much space and exert as much pressure as they want to.
Indeed, and it does look like Thrive coming in for this attempt is going to have 5 ultimates online. We're looking at a Valk, Nano, Pulse Bomb, and Grav. All they had to invest in order to get that last point was a Primal Rage. You know, and that's exactly where you want to be as a team.
Yeah, but this could be like an 11 ult fight, so...
Yeah, Nano coming out on the Wrecking Ball. He does get slept immediately woken up. And it does look like Everfrost is doing a pretty good job of cleaning this fight up before it even really happens. Unfortunately, Afterhype having invested that Nano, they're not going to have it for next time.
And the Valk.
Yeah, and it looks like only a Nano and a Grav invested on the side of Everfrost.
But you gotta see, Love doing that Battle Mercy, asserting his superiority. Well done.
It looks like Love just tossed away the Valkyrie. Who needs it? You know?
Oh, we're going rush here.
Yeah, going
We're
straight
getting Ryan in there.
rush. Still
Ryan in
playing
there.
for the Zarya and the Tracer for that big ult combination, but it does look like they're just like, fuck it, we'll just fight on point.
What's wrong with that? So they are still
Fast.
gonna take the
Ooh,
same
but the
path.
pulse bomb from Jasper onto Love.
No.
Huge stick finds 3.
Jasper, you madman.
Jasper said, just reset. Just go back to spawn.
He said,
That
fuck
is an
rush.
absolutely huge stick.
Jasper, you madman. You blew
Further
up 45
delaying
seconds
the
of
next
time.
fight.
Oh my gosh. Well done. Now,
And
I
it's
got...
gotta, that's gonna
when
be a
we
little
watch this back,
disheartening.
yeah, when we watch this back later, I gotta know where Jasper was setting up. I gotta know if he just went in there and did it, or if he was waiting for him.
I believe he was lying in wait in the little hallway there, but anyways, another
my gosh.
very decisive fight from Everfrost. They really came to play on Anubis. I said this was their pick, this was their home field, but they are
You were
giving us a
absolutely right.
show. As once again, a single ult invested and a free fight for it.
Two ults. They put a Bob in
Oh,
there.
2 ults. Never mind.
But still, the way Country is playing, he's gonna have Bob back so soon. But
This
playing,
has bought a lot of
Rush into-
time.
yeah.
Ooh,
And they're
a
not even
huge
letting them.
anti-nade from Liam.
They're not even letting them get to the point. They're not even letting them get to the choke.
It is pretty wild. They're taking this fight all the way out here in the courtyard. And a nano boost onto Wrecking Ball. This is another wildly aggressive play from Everfrost. They just don't care. And Jasper with another pulse bomb in the pocket. You got to wonder if they're going to land another huge pulse.
Well, let's keep an eye on Jasper
Well,
here.
not if they're on respawn.
Oh.
Ooh, and Big trying to deny the res, but the bubble from Britta is going to say no, sir. And
Oh,
now it is
Keandre.
Big going to the respawn.
Keandre is putting in work right now.
Absolutely.
Now, like we said, holy shit, they're just getting in there. He's nearly touched the spawn doors.
You know,
No.
sometimes monkey's got to do what a monkey does.
Now, like we were saying, on a best of 3, you want to get in there, but I'm not even gonna have time to talk.
It looks like a amp speed boost trying to just get to this choke. As now Curbster bringing out the Graviton Surge, a window coming out from after height to try and get things going. But it looks like a lot of people lost on the side of Thrive here. And once again, they barely managed to touch point.
Holy crap.
Everfrost is putting on a clinic
Holy moly.
of how to defend Anubis B.
It's so you don't even defend Anubis B, you're essentially defending Anubis A.
Well, this is
Holy
just
shit.
a master class in ult rotation. I haven't seen one overinvestment from this team.
Yeah, I
On
don't
this
know what they
point
were
being
doing on
defense.
first map. I'm not sure what they were looking
It
for on
does
first map.
okay. It does look like Thrive has finally made it to the first choke with everyone intact. And
They did
Bob
do this on our
separating
initial push.
Curbster's out of mech immediately, falling to
No.
Lighthouse does clean up the Bob, but isn't going to be enough. A Graviton Surge coming out from Britta. Is
No,
Jasper with
Jasper.
another 3K pulse bomb off that Grav. Oh,
Jasper,
Jasper, you're
you
going to give
son
me a
of a
heart
bitch.
attack.
Jasper, you son of
Oh.
a bitch. Oh my god. This
Absolutely
fucking
huge
map.
setup from these two. You know,
Oh,
another.
this map.
I'm loving this match right now.
Oh,
This is exactly what I want to see on a Friday night.
Holy shit. Okay.
All right, and
I'm
now
just gonna
if you're Thrive, you're stuck between a rock and a hard place. You've got 20 seconds to touch point, as now they're just desperately trying to get there. After hype, found by Keandre once again. Wrecking Ball saying no with the big body block. Nano boost onto the monkey, putting out a bunch of cleave damage as one by one Thrive. They just weren't even allowed to touch the point. Absolutely insane defense. That's a tilter if I've ever seen one.
Oh, man. If I am on Thrive right now, I am asking, where the fuck did that app come from? Holy crap. Jasper, which 3K is this going to be?
I'm hoping it's a stick on the Lucio. Oh, it's not. The follow-up onto the Graviton Surge.
Doesn't get much better than that.
Absolutely massive.
All right, so that was the map. Holy crap. Everfrost is back in this even more than ever. Not only do they even the score 1-1 going into the third and final map, but I think after how they played on Oasis, Thrive has got to be big question marks. Like, where did that come from? How did that happen?
Here's the thing. I think I've seen the dichotomy between these two teams. All right. On the side of Thrive, we watched them dominate Control. A very deathmatchy, chaotic game mode. Lots of angles, really long team fights.
Okay.
2CP, that is a game mode that lends itself towards clean alt rotation, really brief team fights. Like Everfrost, none of those team fights were longer than like 5-6 seconds. They were over like that. And I think we've finally seen where these two different teams thrive. Is like Thrive is going to like take him down the longer the fight goes. But if Everfrost can get in that position to just get the perfect alt rotation going, such discipline. I'm blown away.
Yeah, now
this is a real nail biter.
Yeah, this is good. Now coming into Eichenwald, I think first point defense for Everfrost is going to be extremely important, because they're going to be able to play the same way that they played on second point defense for Anubis. Do you agree?
I would agree. If they do decide to play that double bubble on the second point of Eichenwald, that is going to be pretty strong for them. That being said, we might just see the Rush Mirror. It is very popular for first point, and some teams don't like to do the swap on second.
True.
You never know how fast second's going to go. You might just be losing out on ults.
It's possible. Jasper locking the Bastion. I know it's his favorite hero. I gotta see it eventually. Is he actually playing it? Oh no, he's not gonna play it. That's fine.
No, keep it in the toy chest for the finals.
What was I trying to say here earlier? I had a thought, and the fights were just taking all of our attention. They were incredible, but I have no idea where my thought process was going. I wanted to say something. Okay, we'll get to it later.
Well, it does look like we've got Everfrost here running the double bubble.
Yeah.
Gonna see how that goes for them. We do have Thrive rolling out on the rush, going to be very strong at taking the fight to this monkey from Wrecking Ball.
Yeah, I think Wrecking Ball needs to temper his engagements.
This aggression might get punished now.
Yeah, he's gonna need to temper his engages here. That was very
Taking
good.
a lot of damage.
And he's very dead.
So it has been prophesized, so it shall be. As Lighthouse just punishing the aggression.
I gotta say,
gotta get out way sooner, Wrecking Ball.
I think that's it.
And that's full point control here for Thrive.
Yeah. There's
the
no way
dominance of Rush Comp. They did use Lamp, I don't believe for anything super important, as Wrecking Ball leaps all the way back in, desperately trying to find something. A huge nade coming out from Liam. Will it be enough? O's got to start swinging, got to start putting out some damage.
They're just high charge, but not going to be enough.
I mean, you are a one-dam... Oh! Unfortunately, the DPS from Everfrost unable to keep that stall going any longer.
Certainly their best effort, though.
Definitely a valiant attempt. And this is where we're going to start to see it. Everfrost, they've got a ultimate... They've got their ultimates online now. They're going to have on High Noon. They're going to have a Pulse Bomb. They're coming up on Grav. We got to see that same cycle come out from them. Because if it doesn't happen just like it did last map, they're just going to keep getting punished.
Yeah.
We're no longer in the mirror.
I think they're going to have I think they're going to have a really difficult time, though. I think the Mei and the Kree are going to, and the Diva even, is going to be able to put a real damper on this situation. But
And it
with
does
these
look like
enclosed
Thrive
spaces,
is making it their mission to just clear them out off this high ground. A smart decision from them as whoa, get some big cleave. A huge anti-nate coming out from Liam, but will it be enough? Doesn't look like it. Only Love falling. Ooh. But Curbster does lose their mech. It's a tactical feed. They're going to use the mech. They're gonna call it in. That's the strat these days, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, sometimes. I mean, maybe on ladder. Maybe on ladder.
5 ultimates online for Everfrost as they attempt to take back this high ground. Wrecking Ball falling off that high ground, not able to provide the cleave that his team needs at this point in time. As back and forth the kills go, but Keandre with 2 in the Deadeye, and Jasper cleaning up that fight, if ever I've seen one. As now it's just After Hype and Lighthouse left to clean.
Not bad. I think this is a pretty fair place for the cart to stop right now under bridge. I think this is going to give a pretty good advantage here for Wrecking Ball to be able to drop down and then be able to get out, is given that, you know, his projectile bubble and his bubble aren't bursted instantly. And that's a big F. That's a big F.
The big question mark is, will the punish happen how you expect it to? With the flashbang already out from Lighthouse, you gotta wonder if Wrecking Ball is going to take advantage of that, try to stuff this next choke.
I think Wrecking Ball is playing a dangerous game here, engaging with the
Wrecking Ball
jump.
into the center of the team, does get the nano, but is already finding After Hype and Love. The entire back line of Thrive is gone, and this is where this double bubble composition is just going to pick apart your rush comp.
Well, there we are. Made me eat my words
tough.
almost instantly. Made me eat my words almost instantly. But now we get to see, hopefully, this ult rotation come into play. Because, like I said, this is an excellent position for double bubble to be in. To be able to have places where Wrecking Ball can jump in, get out. And sorry, I have full sight lines on.
Well, actually, I think they overinvested that fight. They used
I think they did as
Pulse
well.
Bomb,
Rally,
and Nano for that engagement. When the question is, was it really necessary? It does look like Thrive has finally decided to just take the fight directly to Cart. Definitely playing to their advantage there. You know, they want that scrappy fight, close quarters. As now the final ultimate invested from Everfrost here. The Primal Rage from Wrecking Ball trying to get work done. And all by their lonesome.
Yeah, I don't know.
They managed to get an entire 8 meters, maybe.
Yeah, I don't know if you saw that from Wrecking Ball, but when OO shattered the team, he got maybe 2-3 people. Wrecking Ball swatted him out of the way in order to save them from the Rhine swing. That was a really, really good control of Primal there.
Peeling his team like a potato.
Yeah, really well played there. Wrecking Ball's aggression has caused him pain and very much success during this match.
I mean, it's a completely different story now. You know, that aggression getting punished that we saw in the first map seems to be paying dividends at this point, as now a Blizzard High Noon and window coming out. Ooh, peeking back the window. Lighthouse finds 2. You gotta wonder if it's gonna be enough. You know, Jasper's still alive, does finally
They're
fall.
gonna have recontest. They're gonna have one more fight here. They're able to get out cleanly. So I'm not giving up on them just yet.
Ooh, and After Hype falling to Liam. Liam, that is a huge pick from that Ana to take down the primary source of healing for this rush comp. And with another huge anti-nade to follow it up, this Ana is hard carrying at the moment as Wrecking Ball hops in, gets the nano on him. Gets pooped off, but the Primal Rage is going to save his life. As now it's who's off the map. Wrecking Ball was like, no, you, Uno reverse.
Oh, shit. Liam, the Helium man, he is just carrying Wrecking Ball, if that can even be said. I gotta say, Wrecking Ball's aggression is benefiting Liam in ways that we cannot even explain. Because he's able to time up the jumps with the nades, he's able to get nano essentially every other fight, and just, wow, really, really well played here at Frost.
It does look like Thrive is going to path through the castle here, try to get that cart rolling forward from a defensive position.
I like it, good wall.
But with no one touching that cart, edges ever backward, and now I think it's a little far away.
No, I think they're just playing the slow game here. I think they're going to be able to do it.
The
Grab
tables
might
have
not have
certainly
gotten really-
turned. The entire map flipped. As now it is on Thrive here. Curbster already falling low.
Oh, Jasper's looking
With the
around.
window
for
coming
spawn
out,
cams.
will it be enough? 1 second to touch. Will anybody get it? OO does manage to charge his way over, but with the ante from Liam, he's got no healing and no assistance. And that may just be all she wrote for Thrive.
Wow. Okay. Okay then. The double bubble comp here on Everfrost. Working out pretty well. Would you say?
I would say, I would most certainly say, we are seeing some huge things. Liam came up so large on that last recontest. It was a position in which his team was at a disadvantage.
Yeah.
You know, the moment that that card gets towards checkpoint, you're dealing with two small doorways walking
Mhm.
into a rush comp. You, as a double bubble comp, are sweating. If Liam
Yeah.
hadn't landed the kill onto after hype there, the whole different story. We moved
Yeah.
to third, and then the rush comp of Thrive just pays even more dividends.
All right, so we've got about 30 seconds here. Let's put the shoe on the other foot. Let's take it from Thrive's perspective here. They've seen the double bubble for 2 maps now. Well, they've seen it for, this is the 3rd map. It didn't work out so well on Oasis, but they saw what they were able to do on their defense for Eichenwald here. They saw what they were able to do on their defense for Anubis. What do they need to do to punish Everfrost? 20 seconds.
Well, you know, that's a real good question. You know, the problem is it does seem like they are turning on Wrecking Ball when he comes in. The issue is Liam's got the follow-up. You know, this
the
Ana
follow-up
is
is
coming up
fantastic.
so large because,
I
like,
agree.
yeah, you're doing a boatload of damage, but the bubble hasn't even popped yet, and now your entire team is antied.
And he was able to cleave the entire
Every
team.
fight.
Yeah,
Every
he's able to
fight
just-
you're losing too because of the antis, and honestly, I think that's the real story here. Is they need to start protecting from these biotic grenades.
So Curbster's got to be on the lookout. He's got to eat these.
Yeah, it's honestly it's on Curbster to eat the nades as much as it is to eat any amount of damage. And after hype already being harassed in the back line by Jasper. Jasper hungry for it. As
shield.
Thrive looking a little uncomfortable. Lamp already out trying to save OO, but OO getting stunned and taking so much damage. You're not going to be able to heal through that as Britta cleans them up. And now in a 6v5, Wrecking Ball hopping on aggressive, taking a bit of damage, getting Britta that sweet, sweet charge. And this
Liam's
is
already
not
got
where
Nano.
you want to be if it's Thrive. Now you've been shoved back into this little doorway. That monkey's got that Tesla cannon revved so hard up in there. Oh.
Okay. Not the most successful defense. Do you think there needs to be a switch here?
Maybe. I mean, it's
What would you do?
going to be.
What do they need to do to stop
I mean,
this double bubble?
you might
do they
need
need
to
to mirror
mirror
it? Do they need to play
You might need to
something else?
mirror it, honestly. The problem is like, okay, so you got Jasper creating utter havoc in the backline. After hype is under so much pressure, they're burning their AoE heals super early in these fights because the Tracer's on them. You need to start peeling your BAP, and you need to start punishing the Tracer, at least pressure them out. You can't just focus everything forward sometimes. Sometimes you got to protect that backline.
Well, shouldn't that just be Lighthouse's job?
I mean, maybe. I don't
Do you think they did? Oh, big grab. Good wall.
Ooh, Graviton Surge and a Nano Monkey. That's a lot of damage. Lighthouse looking to punish the Nano Monkey with that High Noon is going to. And now it looks like Thrive going to drop down onto this payload to attempt to clean things up. But Love, literally 1 health, being chased by Jasper. Help
They
you,
got the rally
Lucio.
going. They got the rally going. I think this might be it.
Will it be enough?
That gets
It does.
2.
OO finds 2 with that Earth Shatter.
Oh, crazy mage.
But low health themselves, you know, just trying to put out the damage before Wrecking Ball gets back and cleans it up. But it's too late.
It's too late. It's much too late.
And this payload really don't break for anybody. I'm thinking this is a very decisive turnaround. I said it on map 2 that it was on Everfrost to turn it around and clean up the play and really show us what they got. And they showed up.
Wow, that was an incredibly different team than what we saw on Oasis. Everfrost brought the game today. And holy moly, was the aggressiveness, was the ult rotation, was the pathing just really, really impressive. This is a good one.
Ooh,
I mean,
such a clean engage. Just hopping up in there, getting that nano, putting out a ton of cleave damage.
That was the one where I cast a curse myself.
Absolutely beautiful.
Oh
You know,
man, well played. Well
as
played
a
by
monkey
Everfrost and Thrive Harmony.
enthusiast, I enjoyed watching that.
Yeah, well played by Everfrost and Thrive Harmony. Thank you guys so much for the great game. 2-1 Everfrost taking the series. We are going to be back in just a couple of minutes for our Encore show. See what I did there? We're gonna have to make up a graphic for that now. But yeah, we will be back in just a couple of minutes to go over the games from today. All 2 of them. You heard it here first. We will see you guys in just a couple of minutes.
Welcome back, everybody. We hope you enjoyed those two matches, and now welcome to the Encore after show here. I've got Alex, I've got Malice, I also have Otel and AJ alongside for the ride, and we're going to break down the two matches that we saw. And let me tell you, there was a lot of great action, a lot of things that we noticed, and we want to break down with you. So, Alex and Malice, take it off. Where are we starting here?
I'd like to start with
You go first.
with UK and Pandas, because they were running with their brawl, they were running a Zarya, which is something you don't see quite as often anymore because Mei is so prevalently played. So whenever it looked like they were struggling with it due to the lack of a diva.
Yeah, I saw that a lot too. The Reinhardt would get isolated as he gets bubbled in, and the Zarya has nothing to do if it's like a decent choke, like on Oasis and Hanamura. Like the Rein would get bubble to walk forward and then get walled off at the choke, and then they just have to watch him die if they don't break the wall in time, or they'd have to use Immo. Whereas the Diva can just fly up over the wall, eat all that damage, and keep him alive, therefore saving your Immo for the initial fight and actually being able to use it aggressively.
So going forward into these next couple of matches, obviously this is a double elimination tournament, so UK and obviously Thrive Harmony, they're not out of it yet, but so from the perspective of UK, what do you do next, knowing that you're going to be going up against most likely Thrive Harmony, who, looking through that game, they look like they had some really good set pieces that they could execute on when Everfrost just wasn't, out alt-cycling them. What do you think that they need to do better to pick up their game?
I personally think that they either need to play a lot faster with the Moira Lucio and just make it so the Mei, even if they wall them off, basically all of them are going to be through, and just hyper brawl, no slowness whatsoever, just run down the enemy, or pick up the Diva if they want to play that slower style that they have shown that they are pretty good at, but it's just the Zarya is better at the better in the mid fight, and playing slow with Zarya is just not great.
Yeah, I agree. I just believe if they want to be able to advance in their second bracket, is they have to be just more aggressive, not play as slow as we were seeing in Hanamura, waiting and then just having your Reinhardt poke, and then immediately getting punished for it.
So now on the flip side of that coin, for Tactical Panda, Everfrost looked really good, but I think they will potentially avoid them. But if, let's say you see Everfrost later down the line, is there anything they're going to have to do better? Or do you think that they just kind of dismantled UK in a way that is going to set them up for success against Team Rocket, and if they win against Team Rocket, whoever comes out of Lost Borealis and Everfrost?
I believe that we didn't really see enough from both. We saw a really good double bubble approach from Everfrost, but with Pandas, we didn't really get to see too much other than the brawl. They played a little bit of double bubble, and it was honestly slow to start, but when they switched to the Rhine brawl, they played a lot better and were able to really dominate the enemy team in UK. But if they were to go against Everfrost plays the double bubble and cycles their ults really well. I don't know if if they have the double bubble to match, or if their brawl is able to counter.
Yeah,
I would give it to Everfrost.
Yeah, I still think we don't know quite enough about Pandas. We didn't get to see if they have any long-range DPS in their arsenal. So that could be a big difference maker, especially when you're going into more of a payload maps where you can have sometimes long sight lines while your team is pushing or you're defending. So I still think it's more. I'm gonna go with Pandas. I want to give them more advantage because we still kind of a wild card. We don't know quite as much as we'd like as we do compared to Everfrost.
Is there anything else that you would like to highlight about that first matchup between UK and Tactical Panda?
Big shout out to the Symmetra play when they were attacking on Hanamura. That was It looked like when they teleported to the ledge of the main point. I mean, they had a few drop because there's so many entities in one area, but they were able to make up for it. Had a clean fight, split off when it was at the right time. Then there's an easy first point cap.
Yeah, I agree with him that Everfrost and Trash Pandas had some pretty creative ideas when it came to shot calling and being able to come up with really cool plans. Like we saw them on Anubis, and then we see the interesting sim strat from not Trash Pandas, Tactical Pandas. So it'd be very interesting to see how these
Way
two
to just call them out like that.
Yeah, that's not what I meant. But yeah, I would like to see the plans go head to head, see the big brains from both teams match each other.
Okay, so now moving on to our match with Everfrost and Thrive Harmony, we're going to see how this works. Maybe we can get a replay going here, some replays of the match for you guys. I guess kind of tossing it over to Otel and AJ. What were your guys' thoughts on this match? I know we were all very excited, seeing as we got a 3-map set that looked, it was amazing. They had so many strong points from both teams. So what were some things that stood out to you guys in this matchup?
Oh, just from what stood out to me initially is the tank play from either side. I think that Wrecking Ball played extraordinarily aggressive on Oasis, and he was punished for it so hard, time and time again. And that was well played on the side of the DPS from Thrive Harmony. But then going into the next 2 maps, it seemed as though Everfrost said, hey, Wrecking Ball, you're not going to die anymore. And he was able to do so much work.
Yeah, definitely. I would agree with that. You know, I don't think I was all that impressed by their rush, but that's just the thing, is that like rush is one of those compositions where it's really like everyone together and there's not like a whole lot of necessarily overt coordination that is required, because it's kind of like we wall the thing, we smack the thing, you know, things are close.
You got to make sure you're all hitting the same
double
thing.
bubble, you know, it really does all come down to alt rotations. And that is something that a lot of, you know, teams in the amateur Overwatch scene struggle with, is the discipline. And if there is a better word to describe the second point defense by Everfrost on Anubis than discipline, I can't find. Like, it was incredible. I haven't seen a defense that dominant in a really long time, and it wasn't anything necessarily wrong with how, you know, Thrive were playing. You know, Thrive were playing a tremendous game as well. They looked very strong on the Brawl, but ultimately the Double Bubble has some really powerful ultimates, and they leveraged them beautifully.
Agreed. Yeah, I think that second point Anubis defense, or essentially the entirety of Anubis for Everfrost was really telling. Not only were they able to stay disciplined, they were able to accomplish all of their tasks really, really well. They were able to make the fights longer. They were able to make the fights expensive. They were able to make the rotations and their pathing very clear and defined, so that they were able to accomplish their tasks. And I think that's not only on being able to support Wrecking Ball, but it was on the supports on Everfrost being able to have the correct sightlines. It was able to on Britta to have the sightlines as well, be able to put in the damage, be able to put in the bubbles. They just did really, really, really well.
Yeah, definitely. And, you know, another really key factor, I think, that played towards Everfrost's win tonight, you know, Jasper on this Tracer was tearing up the back line of Thrive Harmony, like putting so much pressure out. And that's kind of the difference maker, is, you know, you're looking at these different compositions, because that third map of Eichenball, that's where we finally got to see a match that wasn't a mirror, you know.
Right.
And except for the end of Anubis, of course, but point being, you know, you've got the Bap Lucio on Thrive, you've got Lamp, which is essentially, you know, it's a huge ability. But if the BAP is put under too much pressure by the Tracer from Jasper, they're not going to make the best lamps. They're not going to be. They're going to have to get it out because they have to get value out of it, And so they might use lamp a little bit early. And I did see a bit of that coming out from Thrive, was a little bit of early lamps and not making the most out of that cooldown per se. But then you've got the backline of Everfrost running that Anna and Liam just landing really, really effective biotic grenades into the heart of Thrive's team positioning. Is like, I was always seeing at least like 1 or 2 people antied that were always key targets, and that just made the aggression from Wrecking Ball, that cleave on the Winston, so much more effective.
Right, because whenever the Ana is able to hit an anti-nade, like just not being able to be healed and being able to get the cleave in on the Winston is just so big because it puts out so much damage and it just puts out so much pressure that you have to get out. There's nothing that you can do because you only have 2 bubbles to cleave to cleanse, and it can only be on your Zarya and one other person. It's just not going to work. So I think going forward, what teams are going to do to have success against Everfrost is either they need to play very, very close together and play with the D.Va who's paying attention for these nades, or they need to play some kind of split dive kind of situation where they can get in and pressure the back line so that the front line isn't able to do what they did in this last match.
Yeah, for sure. I think Wrecking Ball's aggression paid a lot of dividends this match. A really, really solid tank play coming out from him. I love a strong W key on a main tank player. But ultimately, it's like, that's just the roof of the house. There's a whole house beneath it. There's a foundation, and the foundation of it all was, the assistance from his team. And Everfrost just showed up to me. They really did. Maybe not on Oasis, but ooh, they turned it around.
Yeah, I would like to watch Oasis again, just to see what happened on the rush for Everfrost and what Thrive did well. Well, we know what Thrive did well. Big on the Mei played extremely well. Yeah. His walls were well timed. His freezes were well timed. He was doing a really, really great job of making it very difficult for Everfrost to group up. So just a great job on both sides, really. I think that we saw a lot of well-timed jumps. We saw a lot of well-managed ultimates. That was really, really fun to watch. I think we have a really great tournament set up here. I think that these teams are going to have a lot of fun watching back these matches and trying to figure out how they can one-up their opponents. I think that we are going to have a lot of great matches coming forward. There's going to be some really, really fantastic plays that I am very much looking forward from these 2 teams and from the other 2 teams that played earlier. I'm going to have to watch those matches back myself another time. But boy, we are in for a treat over the next couple of weeks.
I just hope every match is as exciting as the one that I just casted.
Yeah. Yes,
Absolute
same,
blast.
same. Yeah, I'd like to do it again right now. But
Well,
Alex, Malice, thank you so much for casting the game earlier.
Yeah.
Really, really well done.
Thank you. You guys did a very wonderful job as well.
Oh gosh, you don't have to say that.
Just a big round of applause for everybody. And we may not be able to see more right now, but we'll be able to see some more tomorrow starting at 8 o'clock. We will have, I believe, Team Rocket versus Tactical Panda, so we'll get to see Team Rocket's debut. Let's see if they'll be blasting off again, or if maybe they can advance against Tactical Panda. I know it didn't take me long to make that joke, but I had to. I'm sorry.
Ayo!
No regret. Even if it's bad, I don't care. I'll take it. And then that will be followed by Lost Borealis and Everfrost. So we'll see Lost Borealis as well, and that will conclude our first week of our kickoff tournament, and so we'll be able to get to see everybody. And man, I'm really looking forward to seeing how Lost Borealis can deal with Everfrost. Coming off of that match, if you're Lost Borealis, you gotta be quaking a little bit, unless if you're of course supremely confident. in what you do. But on the flip side of things, in the losers rounds, whoever loses those 2 matches tomorrow, so the loser of Team Rocket and Tactical Panda will go ahead and they will face Thrive Harmony in the losers round 1. And then the loser of Lost Borealis and Everfrost will go ahead and match up against UK Wild Kittens. And that action, I believe, is going to take place next Friday. But for now, we'll be able to see some more Overwatch action tomorrow. I'm really excited. I really feel today was a really great day to kick everything off and just kind of work out all of those, pre-game, pre-casting, pre-producing, whatever jitters, and just see some really good Overwatch. And I think really all of these teams delivered. So before I go ahead and sign us off, is there anything else that you guys would like to add as the wonderful casters of this kickoff tournament?
I'm looking forward for more pandemonium.
Oh,
Oh man. Oh man.
Honestly, I think this is going to be really, really fun. These teams, just so far, I wouldn't say they're the team SRs are a big disparaging factor between the teams. I think that all of the matches are going to be a lot closer than the numbers provide.
I agree. So thank you everybody for coming out and supporting us as producers, casters, as an organization, and also supporting these players. It's a really special thing as a player to be able to have your match streamed and to see other people interacting with your play. And we're very grateful that you guys have come out, shown the support, been the awesome, amazing audience that you are. As always, we're to come back better and stronger tomorrow for some more awesome Overwatch action. Be sure to check out our socials. We've got a YouTube. We'll be putting up all of our VODs there. Join our Discord if you haven't already. Lots of fun stuff happening in there, including any additional tournaments, hopefully after this one. But for now, for Alex, Malice, Otel, AJ, and the gang here at Encore Overwatch, I'm Ariel, and we'll see you around. Have a good night, everybody.